trickle on in, and then we'll have a nice little chat. So
Like a lobster.
what we're gonna do today, we're gonna talk a little bit about Pignorant, new documentary on Amazon Prime. You can probably see that. And that is a porridge stain. It is nothing else. I'm gonna wipe the lens a little bit because it's really smudgy. So yeah, it is a porridge stain. I know what it looks like, but it is a porridge stain. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Pignorant, of course. We're gonna talk about Pignorant, but we're gonna talk about veganism too, because I know there's gonna be some trolls in here. Because there always is on vertical streams, and it's Saturday, so the trolls don't have school. Because, they're all kids, right? So obviously. So we know we're going to get some trolls in today. We got, hey, Kevin, what's up, mate? Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Hey, good evening from the UK. Kerry, what's up? You are first. You made the first comment, Kerry. Congratulations. Don't use kiss hug. Says hola. Hola. Yeah, I speak Spanish. I actually might do today, though, if someone wants to speak some Spanish. What's going on, guys? So, yeah. Nice, we've got 20 people in already. Hello, 20 people. I'm a vegan. Just wanted to let you know. Just, that's what we do. We just tell people we're vegan, right? And Mass is saying, bro, ignore the trolls. They are anchors. We'll say anchors, like a ship, right? I know they can be silly billies, but it's very entertaining, and we can have a chat with them when they come in here, and we can talk about it, can't we? Joseph LeBron Rolando says, I'm fruitarian. I hope that's a temporary measure, like detoxing or something. I would not recommend just eating fruits for the rest of your life. You're probably not gonna have the nicest time with that. All right, just take that easy. Kelvin, what's up? I believe we're on complete opposite ends of the spectrum on what we eat, but I like the hot. The hat. Oh, cheers, man. Appreciate that. We're probably not on complete opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of what we believe, though, Kelvin, because you're probably against animal cruelty, right? Me too. You're probably against anyone who goes out and unnecessarily hurts any animal. Me too. Difference being, I apply that to my life, and so I don't eat animal products and I don't use animal products. But unfortunately, at this point, you don't. In every other way, we probably have so much in common, mate. We like the same music, right? We got to pay bills. We got our families to look after. We both want a nice, easy life. Or not easy, but we want a good life. We don't want to have any problems in our lives, any major problems. We're neither of us is a millionaire. We're both just getting on, trying to do the right thing throughout our day-to-day lives. The only difference between me and you is I'm a vegan, you're not, right? So we actually have a hell of a lot in common. And I would hope that anyone who's against animal cruelty and animal abuse would go vegan, because it's the logical conclusion of being against animal cruelty. You don't fund animal cruelty, right? And trust me, the meat, dairy, and egg industries are unbelievably cruel to animals. There's nothing humane about gassing pigs in the pork industry, or stabbing animals in the chicken industry, or shooting animals in the head in the beef industry. This meat, dairy, eggs, guys, or farmers shove their hands in animals in the dairy industry. Did you know this? They shove their hands inside animals. How horrible is that? Inside cows. They actually, like, I don't know if I can say this on stream, but they do this to bulls to get the semen so they can go and inject that into the cows. How horrible is that? Who wants to fund that industry? But the eggs, if you're born as a male chick in the egg industry, you're thrown into a macerator or suffocated or gassed, because you're useless to the egg industry. Because if you're a male chick, you don't lay eggs, so they want to kill you right away because they don't want to feed you and stuff. How horrible is that? So, I don't know, anyone who's against animal cruelty definitely doesn't want to fund those things. Imrana, I'm not going to talk about that topic, mate. This is a channel where we talk about veganism. There's plenty of other places on YouTube you can go to get that topic spoken about. Actually, most people around the entire world are talking about that topic. So this is like one of the places where we don't get into it. All right, mate. But yeah, appreciate you being here anyway. Dillian, what's up, mate? You're streaming so late just to tell everyone you're vegan. Classic. Why else do I stream? Of course, just tell everybody I'm vegan. That's what we're all about. That's what it's all about. But I have to say I'm vegan, because then people who drop in on the live shorts lives, then they don't know why I'm here, what I'm talking about. So yeah, I am a vegan. I've been vegan for around 14 years, probably 15 years now, probably getting close to 15 years. I was born and raised vegetarian too. So never eaten meat. And I'm here to answer any questions that you guys have for me about animals and veganism and ethics and all that kind of stuff. There'll be some questions that I'm not going to answer every question, but sensible questions, interesting questions, happy to answer when they're about, animals and veganism. I'm not going to be talking about any of the topics, hot topics. I'm not going to be talking about any conflicts. I'm not going to be talking about anything that rhymes with Tadortion, because that seems to come up quite a lot. People want to talk about Tadortion, which I'm sure you can follow me what I'm saying there. I'm not going to answer questions about that, for example. We talk about animals, we talk about veganism here. So if you have questions about all that, if you have questions about all that, then we'll talk about that, but not the other stuff, all right? So, Tadortion, yeah, Terry's put Tadortion. What does it rhyme with? What's a really hot button topic that people fight about that rhymes with Tadortion? Okay? Anot, that's another topic I'm not going to talk about here because, I make the rules. It's my channel and all. But again, there are plenty of channels that cover that topic. That one, not interested in talking about for reasons that maybe I'll go into one day. But yeah. Appreciate you asking the question though, and don't mean to shoot you down, but lots of other questions we'll talk about. We will answer some questions, okay? There are some things, just some things not to. But I am honestly a lot more interested in talking to non-vegans. So non-vegans, guys, if you're not a vegan, if you're a meat eater, ask some questions. And it's not just me today, by the way. We have some more people here today. We have some vegan ladies in the room. Yeah. Vegan ladies in the room. And later this so we've got Annie, who is currently moderating the chat. So that's Annie. This is Annie is my wife. Okay. My vegan wife. This is Annie, the vegan wife of David Rams, okay? And over here, we have Mel.
Hey, and Annie's my vegan friend.
Yes.
Friend of Mel.
But first and foremost, the vegan wife of David Rams. I'm sorry, like that's the primary title here. The friend of Mel and wife of David. I think wife of David is more substantial. So sorry, Mel. So sorry, Mel. And then Mel is the wife of the popular activist Steve from Mel and I'm so joking. I'm sorry, I'm joking. So So Mel is from Mel and Steve, the YouTube account Mel and Steve, the husband-wife duo who do activism together, Mel and Steve. And this is Mel of Mel and Steve. So Mel of Mel and Steve.
Friend Annie and vegan friend David.
Yes, exactly. Kerry says, all the vegan ladies, put your hands up.
Yeah, put your hands up.
Hey, funny. So Physics Matt is asking me a question. Physics Matt, let's have a look. Sorry if this is personal, so ignore, but are your parents vegan? If not, what do you do at Christmas when they offer you meat? I've just become vegan and this is a difficult social situation. Good question. My mum is vegan. And I know lots of people, though, that their parents aren't vegan. And yeah, Christmas is tough. Look, I think personally, you can ask that Christmas is not, it's one day of the year, right? If you could kindly request that they either have vegan food for you, and if they refuse to do that, then you could potentially, I don't know, I don't think I would even go. At the end of the day, it's just one more day of the year. And if your family isn't willing to make a small change for you so you can have a nice day together, I'd say that's not a good thing, is it? Let's be honest. That's a very horrible way of being treated. And why would you want to go spend time with people that don't even care about how you feel and do something that bothers you just because it makes them happy? You know what I mean? So that doesn't seem very fair and doesn't seem like a family gathering I'd want to be at. So I think, yeah, at worst, you could say, well, at least make me vegan food. At best, you could say, hey, do you think we could do a plant-based Christmas? Just try it and see if you guys like it. Mean a lot to me. And you could help a lot with the food. And then maybe they would do that, you know, maybe not forever, but maybe at least every other year they could do it, which would be a nice step in the right direction for you, wouldn't it? But I know it's tough. I know it can be tough. Family can be very mean, which is strange because they're supposed to be the people that care about you the most, right? Very, very strange. We got some more questions. Oh, Dillion's asking, what do you think about Wayne Chung's charges being dropped? I kind of feel like he's got the industry in a pickle with the way he does activism. Yeah, super interesting. So what's happened is there's an activist over in the USA, a vegan animal rights activist, and he went into a laboratory a facility where they test on dogs. They test on dogs. Can you believe that? Animal testing on dogs. And he took 3 dogs from that facility. One of them was blind. And he took those dogs and he got them homes. He got them rescued. Now they're happy and they've been living for years happily with people who care for them. No longer ever going to be tested on ever again by some disgusting scientists. And he was going to be potentially serving, I believe it was 15 years in prison for rescuing these 3 dogs. How sick is that? And then the trial was supposed to start this week and they dropped all charges on him. You know why they dropped all charges? Because they knew they were wrong and they knew this was going to get media attention. And this brave activist, this hero who rescued 3 dogs, was about to become extremely famous with this trial. So they went, oh, you know what? We dropped the charges. Don't worry about it. You know, the company was like, we don't want to chase this up anymore, which is both good and bad. It's good because the activist didn't get sent to jail for 15 years, but it's bad because that trial would have exposed them massively and it would have got a lot of people to attack them for testing on dogs. So it's a shame. However, guys, go on Wayne Chung's page on his Instagram, and there is some stuff coming up later this month. They're still going to go ahead and do lots of protesting and speak up about these animal testing facilities that test on dogs anyway. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And you can post the link to his Instagram here in the chat, and so you guys can follow that. Alfie says, I don't make fun of vegans, but you're trying to stop us eating meat. Just live your life. Alfie. Alfie, listen, look at us all. We're all Alfie. Come on, listen. Shame on Alfie. Listen, Alfie, listen. I appreciate that you don't make fun of us, all right? We made fun of you just now a little bit, but it's soft. We don't hate you. Right? Vegans don't hate meat eaters. I want you to realize that, okay? We have a lot in common with you. We're all in the same boat, okay? We're all in the same boat together on this planet, all right? We're all the peasants at the bottom. We have to, just being pulled and pushed around by people with a lot more money and power than us, and we're just doing our best to do the right thing with the limited resources we have, all right, Alfie? So listen, mate. Vegans are not trying to stop you eating meat. That's not how it is. Vegans are trying to convince you to stop funding animal abuse. All right? Animal cruelty, animal violence, and animal abuse. They're trying to convince you to stop funding it. Because most vegans believe, I believe, that everyone has good inside of them. Everyone has a heart. Me personally, what do I try to do? When I try to speak to people, I'm trying to reach out to them here in their mind, that they make sense, that it makes sense. I'm also trying to reach out to their hearts because I believe that people have compassion, but sometimes that compassion for animals is driven down to the bottom. They have compassion for a dog. They have compassion for a cat. But for some reason, it's been beaten out of them when it comes to a chicken or a cow. And no, those animals are just things, but my dog is a person. What I'm trying to do is convince people like you, Alfie, that no, this cow is also a person, just like your dog. This chicken is also a little person, just like your dog. There's a little person inside each of these animals. And you're paying for people to stab them, electrocute them, gas them in slaughterhouses. These are little people. There's little people inside these animals. Every cow that goes into a slaughterhouse has that little person inside them, just the same as the dog in your home. So now imagine that dog in your home, Alfie, which Alfie, by the way, tends to be a name that people give to dogs. So that's just a side note. Maybe that's not your real name. But anyway, let's imagine Alfie. Let's imagine you've got a dog called Spot, okay? Your little dog called Spot. Now let's realize that every day, hundreds of thousands of little Spots, right? Little people like Spot the dog are being shot in the head, having their throats slit, gassed to death. That's the meat industry, that's the dairy industry, that's the egg industry. All those animals are put in these slaughterhouses and brutally killed. Okay? So the vegans are not saying you shouldn't eat, you can't eat that, and stop you eating that. No, no, no. We're saying, please, please find that compassion inside of you and make the logical connection to that. I'm against animal cruelty, I'm against animal abuse. That is violence to animals. I can eat plant-based and be healthy, so I'm going to eat plant-based and be healthy. That's the realization that I'm trying to get people to make. But you've put all of that into one sentence as you're trying to stop us eating meat, which is dishonest, because it's much more than that, isn't it? Like I've just explained that. It's not like I just have a problem with meat itself. No, I've got no problem with meat. I eat vegan meat, right? I've got a problem with people who fund violence to animals and people who do the violence to animals, just the same as you do. If someone was beating the crap out of a dog, you'd tell them stop, wouldn't you? But what about if that person said, I don't like you anti-dog abuse people. You try and stop me from hurting dogs. You try and stop me from kicking dogs. It's like, well, yeah, of course you do. Just the same way I'm trying to stop you or trying to convince you to stop doing all these horrible things to other animals. So hope that makes sense, Alfie. Cheers for the question, mate, or the point, or whatever it was. Thank you, mate. Guys, listen, I'm a vegan. All right, guys, we're vegans. We've got lots of vegans here. Vegans, okay? We're here to answer questions from you. So send some questions and put my name in the chat, okay? Put David Rams and then the question, or put the question, then David Rams. It pops up orange for me. I can spot it right away. But if you don't do that, it's kind of difficult, all right? So check that out, okay? I see we have a super chat from Vegan Legion. Thank you so much. Sent us some money for vegetables. Appreciate that, Vegan Legion. And guys, also on top of Super Chat, you can use the Streamlabs link, which I will be keeping an eye on. I'm just opening it up now so I can check it because I can't see it on the phone. But yeah, guys, ask some questions. Ashir asks, why not eat animals? Mel, why not eat animals, Mel?
For the same reason that people shouldn't eat you. Like, animals deserve the right to their own life. They're not a commodity for us. They're an individual with a personality. They have feelings. They can fear. They can feel pain. They can suffer. They can also feel happy and have good emotions like you can as well. I mean, we don't need to kill animals. Why should we? Like, when there's no necessity, there's no justification. So it's as simple as that. If you want to be turned into a sandwich, why should you turn someone else into a sandwich?
Okay. Do you have something to add to that, moderator?
Oh, that was perfect.
Cool. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a good answer. I think that the point of, just, for the same reason you wouldn't want to be eaten is a good way to put it. And also even, for the same reason that you wouldn't, someone's saying that's not loud enough. You have to speak up next time.
All right.
But also, for the same reason that why wouldn't you go and torture a dog? Why would, if I asked you that, Ashia, why wouldn't you torture a dog? And you'd say something like, well, because that's horrible. What's a little innocent dog done to deserve that? And why, what kind of sick person would I be to want to see an animal in pain and suffering? Well, the difference between you doing it to a dog and you paying for that for a burger is that when you're doing it to a dog, obviously you're doing it, but when you pay someone else to do it for a burger, you it's hidden behind a wall and you get to basically just like pay the hitman to do it. But the pain and the suffering, the violence is still the same. So for the same reasons you wouldn't beat the crap out of a dog, you also shouldn't fund people to stab animals for meat, because it's wrong. Because these animals don't deserve that, because we're not sadists here, we're not cruel people. So that's why we don't fund or do acts of cruelty to animals when it's completely and utterly unnecessary. Now, obviously, if we were in survival situation and we had to kill an animal, well, if you were in a survival situation, you had to kill a human, you'd kill a human too. That doesn't make you a murderer, does it? Whereas in the case of animals, it seems that people say, well, I'd need to kill an animal in a survival situation, so I'll just kill them now. Okay, that's like saying, well, I would definitely kill a human to save myself, so I'll just go out and be a killer. You see what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they try
right?
to put a survival situation in Tesco's. It's ridiculous.
Right, yeah, survival situation when you go to Tesco's for your food, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But the point being that is that survival situation is one thing, but again, what you do in survival is totally different to what you do day-to-day life, which is a very good thing. Otherwise, imagine what we'd be doing to each other. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, yeah.
Dillian sent through a tip. Cheers, Dillian. And he says, this is for some dog meat. He sent some money for dog meat.
Yeah, Dillian. Woohoo.
Cheers, Dillian. Appreciate that, mate. Won't be buying dog meat with it, unfortunately. But thank you.
Only
We'll,
from Elwood,
we'll
yeah,
buy
Elwood.
some. We'll buy some vegan meat with it. But yeah, the point Dillian's making is that, you know, people turn their nose up and get upset when people talk about eating dogs and killing dogs and for food, but they're totally fine with killing chickens and cows, pigs, and all these other animals for food. When the fact of the matter is that the dog has a little person inside them, and so does the cow, so does the pig, so does the chicken. None of them want to be stabbed or gassed, right, or shot in the head. These are the three ways that are used to kill animals, to stun and kill animals. Gassing them to death is one way with CO2 gas, which really hurts them, burns them. They scream. This is for pigs mostly. Cows are shot in the head and then they stab them in the neck, slit their throats. And then with chickens, they're dunked into an electrified bath and then again, they have their throats slit. All just horrible violence, guys. And this is for the meat, dairy, and egg industries. Because when all these industries, when these animals are no longer profitable for any animal industry, they send them straight to be killed. That's how all their lives are going to end. It's horrible. Mercy Merv says, if someone follows a 100% vegan diet, but they don't care about bugs, would you still consider them vegan? The vegan subreddit seemed really split on this. What do you mean they don't care about bugs? You mean, I don't, if someone doesn't care about bugs, you mean they're eating bugs? If they're eating bugs, then they're eating animals. So, no. So I listen, to be honest with you, the conversation about whether someone's vegan or not is less interesting to me than the conversation of whether something is right or wrong, moral or immoral, ethical or unethical. Eating bugs, to me, is wrong. And I think to most vegans is wrong. Why would you do it? And we know that there's a lot of research to be done on insects, and they're a lot more complicated than we even realize. The same way there's a lot, you know, we did a lot of research on other animals that weren't human. People used to think dogs had no feelings, for example, and they were just completely mindless beasts. And then we found out, no, actually, they're pretty smart and they have feelings. Same as cows, same as pigs. You know, the research is being done on insects, and it's most likely going to show that they are also more complex than we think. So in terms of their experience of the world and the potential to feel pain and all these things, best thing you can do is just err on the side of caution. Don't eat bugs. Don't eat any animals, insect or mammal, sea creatures. Just don't. You know what I mean? Like, we're all living in a position. If you're sat watching this live stream, it means you're in a position where you have the choice to not eat any animal, right? Because if you were in a survival situation, you wouldn't be sat watching a live stream, would you? So that's not you, is it? You're not like in a jungle just, oh, what do I eat next? Or what am I going to do? I'm going to have to eat some bugs. No, you have the option. Just go eat a plant-based burger. Just go and buy some fresh vegetables, fruits and vegetables, and some fruit and some grains, legumes, chickpeas, lentils, all this good stuff. Make yourself a lentil curry, lentil chili, stuff like that. Just go and eat some nice, healthy, plant-based foods. Why would you eat bugs, guys? Crazy to me. I guess you guys agree with that, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird. Like,
You have to shout.
I just think it's so weird. Like, so many people are like, I couldn't eat like plants, but I'll eat like someone's eyes and lips and crickets and bugs, and it's like, you think we're the weird ones? It's absolutely messed up. Like,
Yeah.
Just get all the same taste with plants.
Yeah. Why do you want the blood and
Why do you have to have
all
insects? And
that.
is it probably because of protein? That's the only reason people say things like that to me. Oh, I have to get bug protein.
Who's it? You've met people who are trying to defend. You've met people who want to eat bugs
for protein. Yeah, I have,
for protein.
There's a video on our channel with a guy. His dad actually invested in a bug protein bar, and I was like, why?
A bug protein bar. You mean like a bar, like you go to the bar and and they give you whichever type of bug protein you want, or do you mean like a protein as in like a gym, for the gym protein bar?
Yeah, for the gym. I think it was like cricket.
So they haven't got like crickets on tap. Like you're like, oh, can I have a pint of crickets, please, at the bar? Oh my lord, it sounds.
These non-vegans do weird stuff. They're militantly weird.
Ashir is calling you a liar. He says she is so big liar. The thing is, Ashir, this can be verified as true if you just go to her YouTube and watch the video she's talking about, and then you'll be able to see she's not lying. There's literal evidence of what she's saying.
I'm not so big liar.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy. Like, and I think it's because people just don't realize that like protein comes from plants. There's
Right.
find protein in bugs.
Yeah.
Just do a bit of education. Like, educate yourself. You've got Google at your fingertips.
Yeah, exactly.
Insects. That's mental. That's disgusting.
Yeah. There's a couple people. The trolls are arriving, telling us, oh, like what they had for breakfast or whatever, and things like that. And it's like, you know, it's really interesting that. I mean, I guess it's kids. You know, I suppose it would be children that do that, because I can't imagine it's either children or adults that don't have a particularly nice life, to be honest, because it's. I don't want to roast you guys because I'm happy you're here, trolls, but it's a very silly thing to do, because it's like vegans, you got to realize most vegans were eating lots of dairy and eggs and meat products before they were vegan, and they probably had for breakfast bacon, eggs, things like that, like every day for years. So when you tell a vegan, oh, I ate this morning, it's like, yeah, I did too, like a couple of years ago. It's like, it's not like, yeah, it's not quite the zinger you think it is. It's just very strange. It's like, and also, you know, it's not even the steak or the eggs that is the problem, right? This is what you need to understand here. Vegans don't have an issue with steak or eggs or chicken or chicken burgers, right? Or milk. Vegans don't have an issue with the things themselves. Vegans have an issue with the animal violence and the cruelty and the violence and the killing, right? You can have vegan steak, vegan eggs, vegan cheese, vegan milk. And lots of vegans eat that stuff all the time. The issue is not the things themselves, right? The texture isn't the issue. The taste isn't the issue. The violence is the issue, right? And you can get all these things without the violence. So when someone pops up and says something like, oh, I just had a steak, I'm like, yeah, I had one not long ago made from seitan, or, you know,
Yeah.
great. But your steak came with stabbing an animal in the throat, mine didn't. So it's not like I don't hate steak. I really like a big chunky, you know, really big chunky, tasty, protein-packed lump of something that you could call a steak, right? A plant-based version, a vegan version. I like that. So yeah, it's weird. It's not the zinger. It's not the own you think it is. I know some vegans get really emotional. But that's, you know, when you put it this way, there really is nothing to get emotional about when someone says that. We're all eating more or less the same stuff, just
emojis.
or bacon emojis, yeah, because we're all eating stuff that looks similar and tastes similar, except the vegans are getting it from stuff that doesn't stab animals in the throat, but you're getting it from things that come from stabbing animals in the throat, who are dying covered in their own urine and feces, screaming for mercy in some kind of slaughterhouse, with people who are gassing them and stabbing them, shooting them in the head, who couldn't care less about them. That's where your steak came from. And my steak came from, like I said, it came from it came from seitan, or it came from a plant-based option. That's the only real difference here. We have an issue with the violence, not the food. You know what I mean? Daryl's asking. Oh yeah, I'll just answer this. Daryl's asking. He says the machines you use to dig up vegetable and fruits shred a shrew in half. Hypocrisy? Yeah, those same machines, mate. Those machines you're talking about, combine harvesters. Well, first of all, they're massive multiple-ton machines that literally vibrate the earth as they go over it. So the idea that a shrew would just sit there and be like, well, the world is shaking and it's coming from that direction, but I'm just going to sit here and maybe it won't get me. No, they run away, right? So that's But anyway, let's imagine that's true. Let's imagine that these machines always get the animals every time. Well, those machines are mostly used for crops that are grown for animal feed, because the most crops that are grown globally are for animal feed, to feed animals. And then guess what happens to those animals? You got it, yeah, they're killed too. So what you can do instead of funding that is eat plant-based. You'll be responsible for much less of that if that exists, like you're saying. If those shrews, you'd be responsible for less of that if you directly ate plants rather than paying somebody to grow loads of more plants to feed to animals and then kill those animals and then you eat those animals. So yeah, there's your answer to that one. It's a very common one though. It came from a Joe Rogan podcast where Joe Rogan was interviewing some I don't know what he's like, some country rock star or something, and he made this argument and oh yeah, vegans kill more animals because of crops without realizing most crops are grown to feed animals. So silly.
Such a
it's proper
Shoot yourself
dumb.
in the foot with that one.
We got Adam J Vegan. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Here's 3 Greg's original glazed donuts. Hey, cheers, man. Thanks for that. Hey, legend. And also Psychedelic Vegan as well. Psychedelic Vegan as well. Thanks, guys, for being a powerful voice for the animals. Thank you, Psychedelic Vegan. You're a legend. Thank you. Adam, you're also a legend. Dillion's a legend. You guys are legends. Keep it up, guys. We appreciate it over here. We're having a great time, right, guys?
Yeah, donuts! Yeah,
Can I-
tomorrow donuts.
Don't
in
you get to
Manchester.
have donuts? Don't they just eat leaves?
Yeah, we eat donuts made of leaves as vegans. You know, today, it's funny you mentioned Greg's. For guys that don't know, maybe you're coming from outside of the UK. In the UK, we have Greg's, which is this bakery, and they have vegan sausage rolls, they have vegan donuts, they have a vegan steak bake. Really cool. And today, we were out in Manchester doing some work, and I spoke to a homeless guy who was extremely kind. He was really touched. We were talking about animals and veganism, and he was just so kind and so lovely. And he was like, oh, I feel for these animals. I really feel for these animals, but, I'm homeless, and, he doesn't really get to choose what people give him. And I was saying, maybe you could ask people if they're going to buy you something. Maybe you say, hey, could you buy me something vegan if you're going to go in the shop, And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go and get you some food. And unfortunately, we couldn't. I said, come find me in 30 minutes. We couldn't find him. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go. So we went to Greg's. I said, hey, give me every vegan sausage roll you have. Give me all of them. And then we went out and we couldn't find this guy, but we gave as many homeless people as we could see a vegan sausage roll today. Now, I'm not telling you that to say, oh, Lord, I'm such a good guy. Look at me. Ho, ho, ho. That's not why I'm telling you. I'm telling you because you know what? Human kindness is important. And I've been doing this kind of thing whenever I've had an opportunity, with homeless people for over the years because homeless people, they get treated like absolute crap. No one sees them as humans. And I've always kind of had a soft spot there for that because I really feel for them, And so today I took a bit of time out from some animal rights work and I decided, you know what, let's go and try and give some food to these people. And I hope it inspires you to do the same thing, because, let me tell you something about homeless people, something that you might be surprised by. 9 times out of 10, when I talk to homeless people about veganism and animal rights, 9 times out of 10, they have compassion, empathy, they get emotional, they're really kind, right? And do you know why that is? Do you know why they're more kind and they're more compassionate? It's because they know what it's like to be treated badly by society. They know what it's like to be abused by society. They know what it's like to suffer and struggle. And when I talk to them about what the animals go through in the meat industry, the dairy industry, the egg industry, how animals are mutilated and abused and then stabbed and gassed to death and just shot in their head and all these things, they know what it's like to feel pain and suffer, and they can feel the pain and suffering of these animals. And that's why they are a lot easier to talk to about this. Now, what does that say about you, the people in here, who are saying nasty things like, I'll never go vegan, meat is great, blah, 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 and what does that say about you? You know what I mean? Do you not want to be more like these people who suffer so much, these homeless people who live on the streets and they've got drug problems, they've got health problems, even these people, not even these people, especially these people, can have empathy despite their problems, despite the horrors they're going through. They can stop and they can feel horrors. They can feel the horrors of others and they can experience, they get it, right? But you can't get it. You sat at home on YouTube live, your cushy, comfortable, warm home where you've got your own internet and you've got your own food and money coming in. Maybe you live with your parents. You can't get it, but they can. You see what I'm getting at here, guys? It's important to self-reflect. You know what I'm saying? It's important to reflect on your position and realize, that you should maybe get more of a connection with your empathy, just like they do. You know what I'm saying? You have the means to do way more than they have, yet they're the ones who make the effort to understand. There are vegan homeless people, by the way. Right? How crazy is that? And that yet there are people who have all the means and all the money and all the resources, but they won't do it because they're so selfish. Very sad, isn't it? Very sad. We got a couple comments I'd like to have a little respond to. I'll fly through and then we'll get some responses. By the way, guys, if you're going to send a comment and you want me to read it, put my name in it. David Rams, put my name in it, okay? Because otherwise I have to go looking for it. And I saw one earlier and I couldn't, I don't know, it's gone. Yeah, you're gonna have to, guys, if I've not responded to your comment and you want me to respond to your comment, just put it again and put my name in the comment. Otherwise, it's difficult for me to get it. Daryl's saying homeless folks are not all drug addicts, they're not all drug addicts or mental issues. I know that. They're not all going through that, but a lot of them are. And despite the stuff they're going through, they are able to have empathy for animals. Oh, someone said earlier, not all farms do this, That was it. Someone said earlier, not all farms do this when I was explaining what happens to animals. My answer to that is yes, they do. You cannot have the meat industry without shooting animals in the head, gassing them to death, putting them in electrified water, or zapping them in the head with electric and slitting their throats and stabbing them in the neck. Okay? That is the meat industry. It is also the dairy industry and the egg industry, because all those animals go to the same place when those industries are done with them. That is how it works. Every animal, every piece of meat that you see on the supermarket shelf came from stabbing an animal in the throat. Almost every pig product, pork product you see on a shelf came from gassing pigs to death in a gas chamber where they're tortured to death with CO2 gas. Okay? That is how it works. You say not all farms or not all this, not all slaughterhouses, not all farms. No, that is how it works. And this is not me, by the way. I get this information from the farming industry. I get this information from the slaughterhouses themselves. I go to these places. I've been to these places. I've spoken with people. I've got the information. And I've documented it. I filmed it. So this is how it is. Dakota is asking for a source. Okay, if you would like a source, for which part? For which part would you like a source? So you can go on YouTube and type in, how are animals killed in slaughterhouses? How are animals killed in slaughterhouses? How do they get cows pregnant in farms? YouTube search. In the dairy industry or in the meat industry. What happens to egg-laying hens when they lay less eggs? And as that, what happens to male chicks in the egg industry? Search for that.
Watch the Minions.
You can get all the answers to all of these questions. You can go and Google it and you'll find it from farmers and you'll find it from the industry itself. Or you can go and watch documentaries that explain everything. Okay? You can watch a documentary called Dominion, which Annie just posted in the chat, which goes through all of it. Or you can go on YouTube and you can literally find videos from farmers where they're showing what they do to cows, where they show what they do to chickens. There's multiple examples of investigations and just so much information where you can find all of it, okay? So, yeah, there you go. For example, my parents get their eggs from farmers who later let their chickens be free. Yeah, sure, they might let their chickens out and about in the field or whatever, or in the back garden, and then the second those chickens are no longer profitable to them, they will kill them. And also, they were buying those chickens from chicken breeders. Buying chickens, buying animals. What is this? Okay, if animals are not free and they can be bought and sold, then what are they? What is the word that you would use to describe somebody, a person, like a little person, like a dog? There's little people in dogs, right? We agree. Dogs are personalities, little persons. Person, personality, okay? So we're buying and trading animals that have little people inside of them. That's a little personality. And we can buy them, we can sell them, we keep them, we don't let them free. What are they? Mercy for the Animals has said a good point there. Mavis has said a product. A product is a good way to describe them too. There's another word, and I think that is exactly the word that begins with S. That is exactly what it is.
Yep.
Absolutely, a couple people have got it, yeah. Because if they're not free, what's the opposite of freedom? And that's what that is, okay? So yeah, you can treat them well. You could have a human in captivity, right? I'm going to keep you in captivity. You're going to work for me. You have no choice. But, I'll give you a field. You can have the field. Yeah, you'll be comfortable. I'll make sure you have food, medicine, okay, and the field. But you can't go. You can never go. And as soon as you're not profitable to me, I'm going to sell you off to somebody else, and then they're going to stab you in the neck. Okay? So, that's all that is, what I've just described, is a different way of treating animals. Like, okay, maybe it's not industrial farming, it's more like a backyard farm. Okay, someone farm, but it's still what I've just described, isn't it? So it doesn't make it any better. Lee, thank you so much, mate, for the super chat. You, Annie, Joey, Tarian, Stephen, Mel are the dynamic six. Lee, mate, you're a legend, man. I really hope you can make it to some more of the protests over the next couple of weeks, dude. You're a solid guy, mate. Hope to see you out there. And Aaron Chanda with the super chat too, who says, shout out to all friends, Animal Sanctuary, Vegas Envy. Yes, awesome. That's really cool. When we were planning to come over to the States, and yeah, I hope to try and get to a sanctuary while we're there. Maybe we can't. I don't think we get to Vegas. I think it's pretty far away. The US is so big, by the way. What is with that? It's like multiple countries in one country. It's crazy. Do we have anyone from the US here right now? Actually, that's a good point. Let's ask a nice, easy question that doesn't get anyone fired up. Everybody put where you're from in the chat right now. You can put a flag or a location or a city or country, whatever. Just tell us where you're from. Let's see who we've got in here, okay? Let's see who we've got watching right now. While we're waiting for that to happen, let's go back to the women in here. Hello, vegan women. So, vegan women. Oh, I see Annie just timed somebody out. Oof. She's hardcore. Look at that. Wow, look at all these locations. Right, guys, I'm going to tell you the locations and you're going to tell me what you think of each one of them, okay?
Each one of them, okay.
All right, we've got, oh my Lord, they're coming in fast. We've got Vegas. We've got California.
Wow.
Greece.
Oy.
Canada.
Canada.
We've got Elgin, Illinois. Yes, Illinois. Elgin, Illinois. Another California. Scotland. What's up, Tone? Big fan of Scotland. Big fan of Scotland. Ottawa. Washington State. That's. We're gonna be there. Actually, we're gonna be there.
Lots of Americans in the room.
Yeah, lots of Americans.
Wow.
Hungary.
Oh, I'm hungry a lot.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Bulgaria. Oh, I'm gonna go a bit quicker. Kansas City, Van City, Puerto Rico, USA, England, Hawaii, Mexico.
Hawaii just sounds so
This is crazy. Chicago, Idaho, Greece again. We've got another Greek. Australia.
good, mate.
Wow. Another USA. Essex.
Essex.
Boo. West Yorkshire.
Oh, Yorkshire.
We're actually in Yorkshire right now, Kane. By the way, this is Kane. Kane's in West Yorkshire. Illinois, Kenya. Yes, I am vegan, by the way. OGG, we're all vegan. Romania, my God, Newcastle, Czech Republic, Turkey,
Ahoy.
Swindon. Oh, mate, I feel bad for you. Swindon is the worst. Woking, Netherlands, Ghana. Hey, what's up, Ghana? That's cool.
That's awesome.
Germany,
I heard of.
Sweden, Finland,
Oh.
Greece again, Puerto Rico, Mexico. My God, South Africa. What's up?
Wow, South Africa.
Wales, France, Australia, Florida again,
Florida.
Salt Lake City,
Ooh.
India. What's up, man? Yemen. Wow, Yemen. That is very interesting.
I know Yemen is. Have you seen Friends?
Another South Africa. I'm gonna switch the camera around. Okay, I'm gonna switch the camera around. I'm still reading. Another New York. We're gonna be there at some point. Canada, Denmark. Oh my lord, you guys, that was really cool. Somali. Wow, we got Somalian in here. That is so. This is crazy, you guys. This is very cool.
That's so cool.
Very, very cool. The Bronx. Yeah, this was a really cool idea. We'll do this more often.
Yeah, I wonder what the times are.
Let's do another vote. Okay, guys, let's do another one. I think I can do a poll actually this time, maybe, so it's easier to follow. Let me check. Yeah. I don't know if I want to push this button, but I'm worried about what's going to happen. Yes, start a poll. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, guys, I'm about to ask you, are you vegan? And you're going to tell me yes or no. Yes, I'm vegan, or no, I'm not. No, I'm not vegan. All right? No, I'm not vegan. I just want to see who's who, and this is going to be the easiest way of doing it. There we go. The poll is live. So we've got 183 people in right now. Hello, 183 people. Nice to see you. I'm a vegan. I've been a vegan for a very long time, almost 15 years, I believe. 14, 15, somewhere around there. Born vegetarian. I'm here to answer questions, and whatever you want to ask me, within reason, we'll see what comes up. But yeah, here to talk to you about veganism, and I'm just curious to see who's vegan, who's not. So get down in the poll first up. Tell us whether you're vegan or not. We're getting the votes are coming in. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. The split is not as crazy as I thought it would be. As in, there's 81 votes so far, 72% vegan, but 28% not vegan, which means there's a big chunk of you that aren't vegan. That's really interesting. Thank you for being honest, guys, and getting in there and keep putting into the poll, and I'll keep an eye on it, all right? Very interesting. How do I close it now, though? I'll make it like... Sorry, mate. So yeah, very cool. I'll keep an eye on the poll. We'll see how that's going, see who's in here. But it's really cool to see that almost 30% of you are not vegan. And that's great because you're in the right place. You're in the right place. I'm going to be talking. I'll answer questions about veganism, all right? And we'll talk about that. And you stick around. If you don't want to ask any questions yet, that's okay. Just stick around and watch the answers. And if you have a question, put my name up, David Rams, at the end or before the question, because then it comes up and I can see it very quickly, okay? It comes up orange for me, all right? To the guy who just popped in and said, Bona, who just said, if that's your name, I'm just making sure you're not trolling. No, you said your brother just died. If that's true and you're not just messing around, I'm very sorry about that. You're welcome to stick around for a little bit and hear a bit about what we have to say. We'll help you take your mind off it. And yeah, dude, stay strong, man. I hope you're doing all right. Let's have a look. I'm becoming more vegan by the day. I don't like the taste of meat anymore, says Angie. Angie, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're making moves, you know. Because listen, Angie, as long as you are paying these industries that hurt animals, I'm sorry to say that you're responsible for what happens to those animals. And this is the reason that so many vegans go vegan, is because we see what happens to these animals in the meat industry, the dairy industry, the egg industry, and all these industries. And it becomes apparent to us that, wait, I don't believe that it's okay to hurt animals and be cruel to animals and violent to animals. But as long as I'm paying for it, it's going to keep happening. And I'm responsible if I pay for it. Now, obviously, when you stop paying for it, it's not like it all stops. But you remove your support for it. You say, you know what, it's gonna happen. These slaughterhouses won't shut down if I personally stop, but I'm not gonna pay them. And if more of us stop, they don't do it for free, do they? Right? They don't work for free, these people. They need a wage, they need a salary. So if millions of people stop, it becomes more and more difficult for them to work, doesn't it? And this is where we start to see some real change. But it takes a lot of drops. It takes many drops to make an ocean, doesn't it? Okay, we're all important. So I hope you make that work, Angie. I really do. Wolf asks, if everyone becomes vegan, what happens with the animals? What is the end goal? And what if you have to eat meat? Then what? So a couple questions there, mate. What happens with the animals if everyone goes vegan? Well, let me ask you a question back. Do you know what the reason is that there are so many animals? Why are there so many animals in farms? Do you think, let me explain it. They're not coming from the wild. The farmers don't go out into the wild and grab them and take them to the farm. No, they're breeding them, mate. They're forcibly breeding them. They make them have babies and then they raise those babies and kill those babies, and they have some that have babies, loads of babies, and they have some that they just raise to kill, some of them that they raise and force to have babies and then kill them. So the first thing they've got to do is stop breeding them, stop creating so many animals, right? So your question about what would happen to animals, well, eventually farmers would stop breeding them, so we wouldn't have that issue, right? What is the end goal? The end goal is that we no longer breed animals and breed and kill animals. We don't breed them, we don't abuse their bodies and mutilate them, we don't kill them. That's the end goal. And what if someone needs meat? Well, there's no magical nutrient in meat that people need. People need nutrition, they need nutrients. All the nutrients in meat you can get from plant-based sources. So it's as simple as getting your nutrition through plant-based sources instead of animal-based sources. So you can do lentils and chickpeas and all these kinds of fruits and vegetables and grains. There's also lots of things that can be like meat replacements, things like tofu, seitan, tempeh. Like I've been eating, when I was bulking, I was doing about 3,000 calories minimum, and I was eating around 180 to 200 grams of protein a day. Bulking, I went from 72 kilos to 92 kilos, okay? All completely plant-based. And I'm healthy, and I bulked up pretty quick too. So you know what I'm saying? There's no necessity. Meat is not a necessity.
There's another proof here.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, look at this guy. Here you go. Get the muscles out, please, Steve. Let's show him. All right, there you go. Look at that. Okay, he's a bodybuilder. He's from Stephen Mel. This is Stephen Mel. Now, these guys, right? They're eating plant-based. He, with the size of him, muscles again, please, mate. Look at this. Plant-based vegan protein. What do you eat for vegan protein, dude?
We have a lot of soya, a lot of tofu, vegan protein shakes. It's super easy. Mel is actually better than me for whole foods. You're better with lentils and chickpeas. But yeah, mock meats, like this isn't bacon, super high in protein, low in fats and salts. Super easy, like you'll hit your protein needs without even really thinking of it. And if you are someone who does track your macros, then you'll be used to using macro trackers anyway. So just use Chronometer, track your macros that way, make sure you're hitting your proteins, carbs and fats. It's mega easy.
I would say someone's saying here that you can't bulk like that off just vegan. This means roids. Now, let me explain what this guy's trying to say here, and then you can just flex while we're doing it if you want. So basically, the fact that you think he's on steroids, it only is a compliment.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you think, let's be real here. Like, no offense, Steve, but if you think Steve's current frame and build is steroids, you don't understand steroids. Because if Steve was taking steroids, he would look like he was about to burst. He would be so jacked. Because the way Steve works out and the body he has, this right now is impressive. This is clearly natural. Anyone who knows anything about working out knows that currently Steve is natural. If he ever did steroids, you'd tell immediately because the size of him would go up by about 3 fucking shirt sizes, and his arms would be bursting out of the t-shirt. Like, you know what I mean? There's a very big difference between how Steve looks now and how he would look on steroids. What Steve looks like now is achievable for anybody that has Steve's body type, right? You just need to eat a lot, train a lot, and have the body type he has. Now, for me, for example, I'll spin it around. I have a different body type to Steve, a different, is it phenotype? Is that the word? Right? So which one do you have? What's your phenotype?
I'm probably more endomorph, mesomorph.
Right. And what's mine?
So everyone's usually a blend. You're never usually a pure one or the other.
Yeah.
So I'm probably more endomorph, mesomorph. Mesomorph is the V, endomorph is short and stocky, ectomorph is tall and thin.
That's me, right.
So I'd say you're a blend of ectomorph and mesomorph. You have the two of them.
So you see, we have different body types. So I could probably get I could get big, but to get the same kind of body as Steve, for me, would be difficult, if not impossible, I'd probably need extra help to get that big because of my body size, right? As it happens, I'm not as big as Steve, but I'm also not a small guy either, right? You work to whatever you've got. You work to your strengths. You get what you can, right? You do what you can. So no, definitely not steroids for Steve. And there are tons of vegan bodybuilders out there that aren't taking steroids. People just jump to steroids because they think that for some reason that you can't get protein from plants. It's phenomenal. You get tons of protein from plants. It's the plants are the originators of protein. Animals eat plants for protein. So the idea that we can't also get it from protein, we can't get it from grass, obviously, but we can eat things that we can digest, plant foods that have protein, right? It's not a crazy idea, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for the super chat, Vegan D. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, so is protein a problem for vegans, Steve and Mel?
No, not at all.
We actually thought it would be a problem, to be honest, because that's kind of, for some reason we had this in our head, like we went vegan after we saw what happened to animals, and then it was like, well, that's that for us, and we just kind of figured out the protein after, like we didn't realise protein came from plants, and then like Steve said, check out like Chronometer, just like log what you're eating, and you'll realise you're probably hitting it. If you're eating enough calories, you'll hit it by default.
Yeah, absolutely. One guy just said, okay, fine, but if you care about animals, you need to realize that sheep are hurt, they get cut for wool, and your clothing has wool. Do you want to explain that? I think this guy's genuinely he's not trying to be silly. He's actually saying that like he thinks that your clothes have wool.
Yes,
what do you think?
There's no wool in any of our clothes because we're vegan. We'd never purchase products that contain wool and contribute towards animal exploitation. So yeah, these are it's cotton and synthetic.
He says wool is cotton. He thinks wool is cotton. Do you want to explain why that's not true?
Wool is not cotton. That's like saying, I don't know, carpet is cardboard. They're two different things.
Yeah, cotton is not made out of wool, mate. And that's okay if you don't know that. I'm not making fun of you. I think obviously you're getting mixed up. But wool is a very specific, different thing to cotton, okay?
It brings up a good point. Animals are hurting the wool industry. It's absolutely horrific. So good point bringing that up. Because a lot of people think veganism is like a diet, but it just relates to your diet. We don't wear animals as well. We don't use animals. We don't exploit animals in any way. So
Lee just put that he wants to see me and Steve do an arm wrestle live. And I think, listen, okay, you know what? We got the current poll. And we'll do a new poll. So let's have a look at the current poll. The current poll was, are you vegan? I'll tell you what, we won't do wow. It's 43% vegan, 57% not vegan.
Wow.
All right, I'll tell you what, guys. We're not going to do a poll. I'm going to leave that one up. But in the chat right now, if you want to see me, this is me, okay? This is my muscles, all right? Not looking too big right now. I need to get back to the gym, okay? But there's I'm all right. It's okay, okay? Here's me. Here's Steve. Go on, Steve. Get yours out. The big difference, you see? If you want to see me and Steve arm wrestle live, right? I want to see some broccolis in the live chat. Broccoli. Just give some broccolis, okay? If we get enough broccolis in the chat, we'll do a live arm wrestle, me and Steve. All right? We need broccolis in the chat, though. Otherwise, it's not happening. I see lots of meat emojis in the chat. No, that's not what I asked for, mate. Broccolis, not meat emojis, broccoli. I know it's difficult, can't understand, you know what I mean? I get it. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard, but I said broccolis if you want to see the arm wrestle. No, guys, you're not getting it. No, let me try. Maybe I'll explain it a bit. I'll speak a bit slower, okay? If you want to see the arm wrestle, do broccolis in the chat, not meat emojis. No. Meat emojis is not what. No. Oh, God. I think we got some special friends today. Some. It's all right. You're welcome though. Even if you are a little bit slow, you're welcome still because we're inclusive here. We know some of you are not. You know what I mean. So it's all right. But this is a nice place. We're all here for that. I've got family members that are need a bit extra help, and I love taking my family members out, and we have nice days out and stuff, and so I'm happy to have some of you in here as well that you can't get it. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Okay. No more jokes. I've seen a lot of broccolis, and people seem to want this. So let's do it then. I guess we're gonna have to find a table. Maybe I think this might not be so stable, so we'll have to go into the kitchen. I think kitchen table. Oh, can you do it? Left hand?
Oh, might be right.
No, don't hurt your arm. Don't.
Steve's got a bit of an injury from some aggressive snowboarding he was doing. So we're thinking that. Are you sure, mate? Use your left. We'll do the left. Come on, let's go set up. Right, we're gonna go and set this up now, guys. Let's go lefties. I mean, my left is bad too, man. It's okay. All right, here we go. All right, I think the corner of the table is a good spot, like here.
Okay.
All right, I need someone to hold the phone. Ah, okay, here you go. All right.
Wait, just give me a second to
Well, you
get
guys
set.
voted.
Rules.
Is it like zoomed? Is it zoomed in
Pizza
now?
boxes, huh?
It was a bit zoomed in, right?
It was, yeah, zoom
Can you
out.
zoom out? Because I don't know why I have this laptop.
No, it's not zoomed in now.
Okay, because I need to go over there maybe. Show me.
Okay.
I can just see your arms though.
Okay.
In the image. Okay, this is David. Steve. Okay.
Right, ready? So we do like.
Yeah, oh, you do. Oh, okay,
Do you want me to move that away? Oh,
No.
up to you. We can go like this. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Look at the size of that thing that I've got to try and contest with. Alright, so we'll go as we go 1, 2, 3. We can get like this.
Oh, yeah.
10 so's ready.
Okay.
So we got 1. There we go. Brace 2.
Yeah.
3 go.
Okay.
Oh man.
Woo! Yeah. Go on, guys. Nice
I got some veins
one.
popping out here.
Woo! It's going well. Holding on. Nice.
Oh, come on, you cunt.
Ah.
Bump.
You're making Steve laugh. No. Go, babe. Do it, David. It's your channel. Steve, you have to.
Ah!
Steve's just having a blast. David's suffering.
No! No!
Oh.
Oh, my elbow is killing me.
Oh no. No injuries,
I think I
please.
have to reset me. Oh no, you're gonna keep me here, aren't you?
I think we've lost the.
Yeah. Oh mate, that is mental what you just did.
Oh, this is so. Wow, how is it just keeps going?
Oh my god. How's this going on for so long?
Oh man.
Oh mate, my backside is killing me right now.
Can you just like settle it like it's an even Steven?
Oh, he's pissing with me. No, he's not pissing with me.
It's good.
Still
I'm
going.
fucking around, I'm struggling.
Come on.
But you can go on. It's on the table like it was.
Oh.
Isn't that what we agreed?
Yeah.
Ah,
That was good, mate.
alright.
You know what?
Were you just taking the piss the whole time? Oh, that was brutal. That was horrible. Oh, that wasn't nice. So tell us about the experience, Steve. How did it feel?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was strong. Yeah,
Not strong enough though.
very strong.
Not strong enough.
It was good technique. It was hard actually with like, I've obviously got a short lever here.
Yeah.
You got a longer lever.
Well,
Look at the veins.
my arm's screwed now.
I feel like you've done cardio.
Look at this shit.
No, it was good.
Oh, you can see the veins popping out.
Like, I could hold you at different points, but when I thought, yeah, okay, I'll go for it, you were very strong on the last bit.
Ah, that was brutal. Well, I don't feel my arm right now. Ah. Well, that's what you guys voted for. I hope it was worth it.
I should go next.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
smacked it in a second.
Aye. Okay, so we have a couple of super chats. Whew, let's get through those. Okay, look how pink I am right now. It's so funny. Little M donated $5. Thank you, Little M. Love what you're all doing. Pignorant on tour with the Super 6. Thank you so much. Thank you. Crispy Chip Fries donated. Thank you, mate. And it says, I'm not against this, more so curious. The thing regarding wool and cotton and clothing was not directed in a rude manner. Thanks for explaining. Hey, mate, no, thank you for asking, man. That's why we were chill about it, because I understood that you were asking genuinely. And, you know, nobody should be mocked for asking a genuine question, right? And we weren't mocking you for that reason, because I could tell you were being genuine. You know, there's no such thing as a stupid question if you're asking it honestly. Yeah. The only time there is such thing as a stupid question is when you're asking it to try and troll or make fun of someone or something like that. You know what I mean? It's okay to not know the answer to everything. It's okay to not know the difference between cotton and wool. It doesn't make you dumb or anything like that. It's just this is the place to ask it. Like, we're here to answer questions and help you understand. So thank you for your question. Thank you for your Streamlabs tip, mate. And feel free to ask more questions. I'm totally, you know, we're here for it. Okay, you're a good dude or dudette. I can't tell from your name with crispy chip fries, but either way, thank you again. Am I a vegan? I am a vegan. Just us, not us asked. We put this 62% of the people in here aren't vegan, which is great because you're in the right place. You're in the right place, guys. Yeah, you guys are in the right place. This is exactly where you want to be to have these discussions. So listen, I believe, yeah, it's time, right? It's time.
Oh,
God, yeah, we're going to do our first
Listen.
ever one.
Guys, this has been great. We've obviously not been able to get through all your questions today, but I've got a very special thing to tell you, that you're going to have the opportunity to ask some more questions, but it's going to be on Mel and Steve. Mel and Steve are going to do their first ever YouTube live stream, guys. Their first ever YouTube live stream. Okay, they're about to start it right now. So as soon as they've
History. Now.
as soon as they've started theirs, okay, we're going to put the link here. And then you can all, if you want to continue, ask us some more questions, do some cool stuff with us, you can head over to their channel. Annie is going to put the link right here, and we're going to go for it. Julie, thank you for the super chat. Where can you get that t-shirt? Currently, they're not for sale, but that might change, okay? So just keep an eye out for it, and we'll let you know when they're going to be on sale and available. But currently, they're not on sale, I'm afraid. But we'll let you know. All right. Cheers for the super chat, and yeah, hopefully we can get you one of these t-shirts at some point. Hey David, I'm also David. We're both Davids. You should be a vegan too. Then we could both be vegan Davids. That'd be even cooler, right? But yeah, get the link. Is the link? Are you live yet?
I think we
I
started.
think we're live. Yeah, we're live. We've been live
Sweet.
for 10 seconds.
Perfect. So guys, great guys. Annie, my moderator and wife, is going to put a link up right now.
Moment when it's up.
Okay, link up right now, and you guys are all going to be able to head over there to the new live stream. Thank you, Mark, legend, super chat, you're a hero. Thank you so much, Mark. Is it there? Is the link there? Yeah.
I'm set.
Okay, the link is on the way. Link is on the way right now. Here we go.
Oh, cool.
Carrie's off there.
Guys, that link right there in the chat right now, you see it from Annie Rams? Spam it a couple times, please. All right, get over there right now. This stream, it's so loud in here. This stream is finishing, okay? Finishing right now. We're going to head over to the next stream. The link is right there. Guys, you're all legends. See you all very, very soon.